Hi, my name is Martin Jensen, and in this video I will show you some tricks in SOLIDWORKS Electrical. First, I will show you how you can create a manufacturing part. Next, I will show you how you can set up a symbol for that manufacturing part and how we can connect those two so you automatically get the right symbol on the line diagram for the manufacturing part. And last, I will show you how you can use a black box either for a manufacturing part that you have not yet chosen or maybe for some PCB you have developed yourself. How do we create a manufacturing part inside SOLIDWORKS Electrical? First we need some information, and in this case we'll try to use this Arduino Uno as the case. I have found the data sheet with all the properties and connections and so on their website and have downloaded it. So we can here scroll through it and see the different connections. When we have an overview of what we will put in of properties and connections, we can go into SOLIDWORKS Electrical and we go in under the manufacturing parts here, and you can see I already have a class where I can put in my Arduino board. I've made that previous, and then I can go in and say I want to create a new manufacturing part. I can enter in the different properties that I would like to have on this component. If the manufacturing you want to choose isn't in the list, simply type in the manufacturing name you like to have and it will automatically be added to the list. Now we have entered the properties we like to have on the component, and we can go into the terminals and start and put in the different terminals. In this case I'll just set all the circles as miscellaneous. Maybe you want to select something else for your manufacturing part. In this little example, we simply make one circuit for each terminal because we don't really know how they are connected inside the Arduino board. For the different terminals, we simply take the description we have on the Arduino datasheet. When all the circuits and terminal data has been filled in, we have created a manufacturing part. Simply press OK. The next tip is about how we can make a line diagram symbol for the manufacturing part we just created. I have found the datasheet for the Arduino board. For the first thing we need to have is a BMP picture of the component we want to use in the symbol. I just used my favorite screen grabber and capture the picture I might like to have, and then I have to save it, and it's very important that it's been saved in a BMP file. Inside SOLIDWORKS Electrical, we'll go into Library and into Symbol Management. We have the class with the Arduino, but we don't have any symbols there yet. So instead of reinventing the wheel, we go down and reuse an old symbol. It already has all the attributes and the right size and things like that. So simply go in and copy and then paste into the Arduino class. So now we have a symbol that we can start modifying. To modify the name and the properties on the symbol, we simply right click and go into properties. First of all, we'll give it a new title, and also give it a new title down in the previous description. And when we go on to the next field, it will come up and ask if we want to reset all the other languages. We'll say yes to this one. Set what class we are in. We can go down to the manufacturing, the same way as earlier. And now we can go in and, for example, also say we want to put in what root we can like to have every time we use this symbol. Let's just call it A. So now we have put in the different properties, but we still have the wrong picture here. So I'll say OK. So now we have the symbol for the Arduino, but we still have the wrong picture in it. So right click and open to get in and edit the symbol. We can simply delete the old picture, and we can go in and put all the attributes and so on and move them around if you like to have that. But in this case, we just want to insert the new picture. So draw and insert image, select the image we like to have in and press OK. And now we have the picture in. It's very big and it's probably not in the right location, but that's not a big problem. We can simply go in and resize it to the size we like to have and move it into locations we like to have it. Something like this. And when we exit, it will ask us if we want to save it, say yes. And if we go into the library, you can now see we have updated our symbol and it's ready for use. Now we both have the symbol for the line diagram and the manufacturing parts. So if we go into the manufacturing parts manager, we can go into the Arduino and go into properties. Then there's the option to go in and link the symbol. So you can see we have the illustration line diagram. So now we can go in and browse and select what symbol we like to have. So whenever we use this component and we want to insert the symbol, it will default to this symbol. Here we have opened a little project just to show how it's working. Go into the project and say we want to add a manufacturing parts. In this case, our Arduino board. Select. Okay. And when we go in here and say I want to insert the symbol, you can see it will default to the right symbol, and I can simply go in and place where I would like to have the symbol. And our third tip is on how to use black boxes. Moving forward in the project, we have added a LED strip to be controlled by the Arduino. If you go to the schematic, we don't really have this symbol for the Arduino or for the LED. We have something called a black box. The black box can be used for a lot of different cases. It can be for components we have not even designed it yet, or have decided what manufacturing component that we're going to use, and we can add and remove terminals, circuits, and so on, and decide how the symbol should be or the component should be, and then we can decide the component later. In this case, we can just go in and then I can draw the black box over the wires. Every time we cross a wire, there will automatically be added terminals. Now you can see we have the terminals down here. If we have the needed for it, we can go in and add extra terminals or connection points. Click OK, and we can see we have extra terminals. If we don't need them, simply click on the terminal and press delete, and that way we can go in and delete the terminals. We also have the options to go in and edit the terminal descriptions and go in and give the description we like to have them. Power in and 0. So like this. Let's go over and see where we want the control of the LED. In this case, we just go in and use the black box. I'm not going to connect it to the Arduino yet because I want to show some other things. One thing you can see is that I have a wire that's going through the black box. In this case, it will also have terminals as the other wires are. But if you go in and look at the terminals here, you can see in fact it made a circle with the wire that's going through the box when we draw it. In this case, in the same way as before, we can go in and remove the terminals we don't need and so on, and wires we don't need. And we can go in and edit the terminals and give them the names we like to have them. Now we have finalized our diagrams, and we would like to put in the manufacturing part for this black box. We have decided that you can use the Arduino board. I can simply go in here in properties, and I can go in and search on the manufacturing parts. We can see what terminals we have in the black box. Arduino board we have put in the line diagram. As soon as I select it, I can go back to manufacturing part, and you can see all the terminals that is on the manufacturing part. And we have down here what we have in the black box. And now I can simply drag and drop them to the different terminals that I would like to have on manufacturing part. I would like to move this one up to D2. We'll take this one to D9. And this one to power. This to ground, like this, and then simply press OK, and it's updated with the right terminals and manufacturing properties. Hope you have enjoyed this little video about the tips and tricks in SOLIDWORKS Electrical. Have a nice day. Bye.